Hello, folks, and welcome to Unit Number 1 and Week Number 1. So Unit Number 1 is composes 3 weeks here. It's the first 3 weeks of the semester, and it's really focused on helping us to understand the difference between popular and scholarly sources, and to see whether or not the popular source get the scholarly source right, okay? So we've got 2 turn-in dates this week. That's going to be really important for you to pay attention to. Most weeks will only have 1. We've got a handful of weeks over the course of the semester with multiple turn-in dates. Please pay attention to those, okay? This week, by Thursday, it's a lot of introductory material. So watch your welcome video, watch how to navigate the course, watch this video, the week 1 video, and then take a look over all the course information, okay? That's going to be stuff that is located in general course info on the left-hand side of your screen. Then take the syllabus and general information quiz, check your Prairie State email, and make sure you send a note to me from that Prairie State email to say, hi. That just helps me ensure that you are in the class and ready to go, and you're in your Prairie State email. But it also puts your email address in my address book, so that as we correspond over the course of the semester, it's easier for me to add you to peer review groups and all those sorts of things. All right? And then complete your introductory post on the discussion board. And you're going to see all of that stuff is located right here in the class introduction module. So this is the discussion topic, the syllabus, class info quiz. Do not take this until you have, again, gone and looked through all of the class, the welcome video, the how to navigate the course video, and then the class introduction, the class info module, excuse me. And then this is a link to send me an email. If you're logged into your Prairie State Gmail account, it should open your Prairie State Gmail account. If you're logged into a personal Gmail account, it might default to that one, so do check, okay? So that's just introductory stuff, the getting to know you, saying hi, making sure you're in the class, make sure we know everything that's going on, okay? Then, and this is for Monday, this is the more academic work, I want you to look over the Essay 1 assignment. There's some work to do along with that, and then I want you to look over writing annotations, and you're going to end up writing an annotation of the scholarly article you're going to use for Essay 1. Now, let's get down and take a look at that so that makes a little bit more sense. All right, let's take a look at Essay 1. So the first thing I want to note is that you get essay assignments at the beginning of each unit. They are not due till the end of that unit, typically, okay? So this essay happens due on February 3rd. However, we're going to work on it for 3 weeks, which is why, of course, you guys are getting the assignment right now. So every essay assignment also will have some context to it. We often get told, don't use popular sources in your school paper. Don't use Wikipedia. Don't use just a random website. But there's little discussion, however, as to why, other than the generic statement that scholarly sources are better. And that's true in some ways, but in other ways, popular sources are fine. So it sort of depends on the situation. So the essay here is designed to investigate the difference between the two within one specific instance. So I want you to choose a popular article that talks about a study. So often news outlets will have articles with titles like, "New study suggests 18 glasses of wine a day may prevent heart disease." That's the sort of thing we're looking for. A popular article that looks specifically at the results of a scholarly study. Okay? Then I want you to find the scholarly study on which the original article is based. I have a list of samples below, and I'm actually going to recommend you use one of those rather than try to dig through and find your own right now. If you're interested in finding your own, back on the main page, you'll see some links that will lay out the ways in which you can go about looking for them, but there are a ton down here, okay? And I'll even try to get some more added in between now and the time you guys start working on this, so there's some more to choose from, okay? So I just recommend you use one of those pairs, and then there is the popular article and the scholarly article. They're linked right there. You're good to go, okay? So, then I want you to read both of them. The work this week asks you to write an annotation on the scholarly study, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So that is just a way to read and then sort of summarize it in your own head. But the goal of your essay is to answer the question, should the is the popular article complete and correct? In other words, you're going to compare the two. This is in some ways a comparison-contrast essay, but it should focus on answering the question, did the popular article do a good job of explaining whether or not, or explaining what the scholarly study did? So, did the popular article get it right? Okay, so you might think about asking some of the questions down here. I'm going to almost always give you guys some suggestions for questions you might ask. That doesn't mean you have to use all of them, and I certainly wouldn't try to structure paper around trying to answer all of them. What I would instead do is just try to take a look at these and use that to sort of figure out, oh, okay, this is the sort of stuff he's looking for, okay? So does the scholarly research claim what the popular article claims? That's very simple. If the popular article claims it extends life or it improves X, does it really do something to a significant degree? In other words, you know, if someone has got 6 months to live and a new cancer treatment extends their life by 20%, well, we're talking about a month and a couple days, okay? So is that a significant improvement? It's statistically significant. Is it a practical improvement? Probably not in the broad realm of things. So that might be something we talk about, whether or not the popular article addresses the sort of actual impact of this. Popular articles are also necessarily more simplistic. They're shorter. What does the popular article leave out of the scholarly study? What impact does that have on the correctness and completeness of the article? Those are two terms I'm thinking about a lot. Is it correct and is it complete? Did they get it right, and did they get everything that was necessary for the reader to understand it? And then finally, if someone were to act on the information in the popular article, would they be making the best decision? So that right there is our Essay 1 assignment. There's some criteria down here. There's no additional research. We're not trying to actually figure out whether this is the case or not. We're just trying to figure out whether or not the popular article did a good job explaining the scholarly study to us. So again, that's due on February 3rd. There's a rubric here so you can see the sorts of things I'm going to be looking for. And then there's some readings and videos I want you to go through. So this is called Popular, Professional, and Scholarly Sources. It's from one of our e-texts. There are 2 videos here. I would like you to watch both of those. They talk about the difference between popular and scholarly articles, and then how to read a scholarly article. And then finally, right here, we've got a video if you want to find your own scholarly article and popular article pair. Okay. Again, I'm going to recommend you use the ones that are in the essay, but if you choose not to, not a problem. All I'll ask is you watch this video. Okay? Then the next part of this is to understand really what's in the scholarly article. So what I'm going to have you guys do is write an annotation. A lot of you learned about annotations in high school. However, this is a different kind of annotation. So please watch the video, how to write an annotation. There is a sample here for you to take a look at, and then the assignment submission box here, okay? That's going to help make sure that you help me know that you are on the right track and that you have done or understand the scholarly article well enough to answer the question, did that popular article get it right? I think that's everything for week 1. If you've got any questions along the way, please don't hesitate to reach out. We'll, of course, have a class session, but I am always here to answer your questions.